Yo, what's up, guys? Um, so yesterday I said I would release a video on how to win neutral, what neutral is, all that, whatnot. But it's basically gonna be a video on 3 tips to improving your neutral. And I feel like I get this question all the time in my chat, so it should be a pretty good video for you guys. And whenever someone asks me this question, I'm just gonna link them this video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to know is what moves you're going to be using in neutral. You don't want to do like let's see, what's unorthodox? Like a like a dash jump Sarah in neutral with guitars. It was hard to think of guitars in neutral, like what move not to use guitar in neutral, because this weapon's kind of dumb in neutral. So that's the only thing I could think of that's kind of weird, like you don't want to do. You don't want to just jump at your opponent and dare from the air like here, or like dash jump Sarah. So like this move is good in neutral, dash side light, end light, or maybe dash end light. D light is really good. Those 3 moves are probably your go-to. But then if you want to approach from the air, this is amazing too. So yeah, you have a lot of moves with guitar neutral to land. So yeah, let's see. Go to some other weapons. End light is really good with cannon in neutral. This is a bit too committal, but I would use D light more for punishes. So yeah, I would scratch that from using a neutral. I would use more of this and side light as well. So end light and side light is really good. So is dare. Dare is really good too because you keep on moving. You can keep on moving with dare. So moves that you can keep on moving with are like usually pretty good in neutral. I'm not going to keep going through all these because I'll just have a list of moves on the right side of the screen that come up that you can use in neutral. But yeah, you need to know like what moves are actually good in neutral. You don't want to just be pressing buttons that are like meh in neutral, or buttons that you should be pressing for punishes more often than not. So yeah, that's the first tip. Second tip. So there's this thing called map control that a lot of people don't understand or don't pay attention to while they're playing. Some people can understand it, but then they just forget like it's a thing. And map control could lead to a lot of things. Basically what it is when you have most of the map to your back. I guess that's how I would describe it. You have more room on the stage to run, basically. So if I'm over here and the Ember is like, dang it, Ember, stay right there. If the Ember's right there, this is all the room she has. All the room. I can basically cover that with a side light. Like side light hits all of that. So you can see that it's just a disadvantage for the person that has less room to run back. And if they decide, like, if I decide to let them whiff, I have all the way back here to run. So I can make them whiff a lot easier than they can make me whiff, which is an advantage. So what you want to do about this is, let's say I'm fighting this Ember and I'm throwing out a dare here because Ember appears to be right here, right? But I miss, then they whiff punish. I get a little closer, I dare right here, and Ember's back there, right? Ember's back there, I miss again, I get whiff punish. What you want to do is like creep up and like pressure them until they back themselves up to like right here, or like at least to the corner of the stage. Now I can make my move, and I can do like a move that covers pretty much almost all of their options, except for like spot dodge. So you got to keep that in mind. A lot of people do like spot dodging right here because they know they don't have anywhere else to run. So if you keep that in mind, you can get it like a nasty punish if you approach them but don't attack, and then they spot dodge, then you can do some nasty stuff depending on what weapon you have. But yeah, that's map control, and you gotta understand, sometimes you gotta fight for it. Sometimes you need to creep up on them and let them back themselves to a corner if they're just letting you whiff everything. And you'll just land more attacks if you have more map control than the other person. So eventually they're gonna have to fight back for it. If they don't, they're gonna lose eventually. Tip number 3. Let's see, what's tip number 3? Dang it. Do I have to look at my phone? No, I don't want to look at it. Hold on, give me a sec, guys. I want to remember. Oh yeah, okay, so you want to predict at least 2 attacks that they're going to use in neutral. So with the list I gave you on the right side, you can see what moves are good in neutral, what people are going to go to most of the time. So like if I'm going against let's see, not guitars, because guitars is actually crazy. Like you got to predict so many things. If I'm going against let's see, not Greysword sucks. Uh, let's say spear. I'm going against a spear, and a lot of spear players like doing like end lights and stuff. Uh, if I was the Ember, I'd be like kind of short hopping right here, like so I can jump over the end light. But let's say I have D-light in mind too. So those are my two moves in mind that I have, and those two moves are good in neutral. Um, I'll give him a jump and then I'll back up, and give him a jump and I'll back up, and then I'll miss time the jump. I won't jump like every 1 second or something. I'll just show them that I'm willing to jump, and then I'll stay in the air, maybe back up a little bit, try not to get end lighted. And this is if I have map control, obviously. But I have these two moves in mind. So when I see them, like let's say I jump, then I stay on the ground, and the Mirage thinks I'm going to jump again, but I don't. I see that, I'm going to instantly turn around and end light with guitars or whatever I have, instantly punish. But the point is that if you're playing in neutral and you have more than one or more than two attacks in mind, they're probably going to end up hitting you with something because you're overthinking, and that's the thing in neutral. You don't want to overthink. Um, so you want to keep at least two attacks in mind, no more than that. Uh, yeah, they can interchange. Like maybe instead of you spacing the end light, they're going for side lights instead, right? So then you'll need to know that, okay, I might need a dash instead of just walk back out of end light range. Um, so I'll be dashing and I'll be jumping instead of like walking back and jumping, because I don't want to get hit by that side light. But things like that, like you wanna switch them out. You don't want to say, oh, this dude's gonna either D-light me, end light me, dash jump near me. Like he can't do them all to you. Like, and most likely he's not even thinking of them all himself. So why are you gonna overthink and think that you can get hit by all these things just so you get hit by something like simple? Like I don't know. Like that's what happens when you start to overthink in neutral. You just start to get hit by everything, and you just start to fall off really hard. Um, but yeah, that's the biggest three tips I can give you in neutral. If you follow this, I guarantee you'll definitely start doing better in neutral. You'll start to play with more purpose instead of just doing stuff randomly, and you'll just improve with this for sure. But that's it, guys. Hope that this helps you guys, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you in the next one. Peace.